What is up, Boston Steel Scarf fans, and welcome to our PGL Week 6 matchup against Sharp Dress Gaming and the Minnesota Wildcharge. Sharp's a really great friend of mine, so this battle was all just for fun, pretty much. I mean, it's a PGL battle, so it's not technically just for fun, but I had a lot of fun with it. No matter what, going into it, I knew it was going to be a fun match, pretty much is what I'm saying. Again, I sleep too late this week. I just forgot to change my save file, so I guess you guys can go check out his YouTube. I think he had a YouTube where he uploaded his save file. I needed it in order to get the Mega Ring, but this week we didn't bring Mega Aerodactyl, so I didn't need his file. I just was too lazy to switch files. So anyways, let's jump straight into this. Actually, you know what? Let's go over the teams. I brought Thunderous, Mimikyu, Hitmontop, Heatran, Latios, and Araquanid. He brought Greninja, which is Battle Bond Greninja, so Ash Greninja, Mudsdale, Scizor, which is Mega Scizor, and I forgot that during the battle for a second. It didn't cause any issues, but Milotic, Breloom, and Arcanine. Pretty solid team, and I'm going to be honest, guys, this week I was so busy with just real-life stuff, I didn't prep at all. Legit didn't prep, and I'm not just using that as an excuse for, like, how the battle turned out, and, you know, I don't want to spoil anything, how the battle turned out, but I just want to say that I didn't prep, and I really should have, because it would have been a lot easier of a battle if I had. I'm not just saying I would have won or lost, and I'm not saying what happens in this battle, but I'm just saying. So we ended up leading Sinbad because I figured it was a pretty solid bet unless you led Mudsdale. He ended up leading Greninja, so I was like, okay, that's pretty good. I don't think I went for an electric move, figuring he might switch into Mudsdale. I actually switched out in case he was Scarfed, that's right, because I didn't want him to attack us if we were Scarfed with an Ice Beam. So I switched into Araquanid as he goes for a U-turn, so I was like, okay, really good that we switched there, because that thing could potentially be Scarfed if he was willing to just go for a U-turn and take a Thunderbolt like that. Thinking back, I don't know if he was Scarfed or not now, because there was definitely something that was Scarfed later on, I think, that I discovered. So I'm not really too sure about that. I'll have to ask Sharp if he was Scarfed or not, because that would have affected that really big. Because if I had gone for a T-Bolt and he wasn't Scarfed, we would have outspent. Oh, man, that would make so much more sense. I should have just stayed and went for a Thunderbolt now that I think about it. Oh, well, no big deal. I switch out into Hitmontop. He goes for a Spore. A lot of this game, we end up asleep because of Spore. It's very unfortunate. Dizzy did not want to wake up. I stay in with Dizzy because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to reset the turns of sleep. I just want to wake up. So he brings in his Milotic. He's going to be going for Scald to try and burn us, and I'm aware of that, so I'm just going to stay in because I don't want to switch out onto an Ice Beam or anything like that. So I stay in with the Scalds and risk a burn. I mean, obviously right now we're asleep, we can't get burned, so I was like, all right, it's fine. Scald's not really going to affect us too much. So we're just going to stay in, hoping that we wake up. But of course, we get the maximum turns of sleep. Yep, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And again, I'm sorry I'm doing a post-com. It's just, I did this battle really late last night on Thursday, and they go up on Fridays, and my commentary wasn't that great, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to post-com this one. So that's what we're doing. Apologies for the post-com if you're not a fan. I actually did like the way the last one turned out, so I figured, you know what, it's not a big deal if we do it again. Thank God we intimidated this thing, because a Bullet Seed now isn't going to do quite as much. Oh, that's right, he switched in here. Never mind, we intimidated him before. I'm just kind of forgetting. And we're at half HP now. We do manage to wake up. We go for the close combat. It does a little less than half, maybe perfectly half. But now that our defenses are lowered, we're definitely not living another Seed Bomb. So I was debating whether to switch Dizzy out or not, or keep him in and let him go down. I believe we end up switching him out because I want to keep him around for that Intimidate on a few different things. So Sinbad comes in, and I could go for a Psychic this turn, which is what I think I end up doing. How did he outspeed? Oh, we switched in. That's right. Gosh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm having blanks. I'm drawing blanks. So we're lucky he didn't max roll or get the maximum amount of bullet seeds. So we're pretty lucky there. He's going to switch into his Mudsdale, Brosdale, and I believe we end up going for Psychic or Sludge Wave, that's right, just because I figured he might bring this thing in. I just want to get damage on something. Of course, this doesn't take very much from Sludge Wave, and we are Scarfed Thunderous, so we're going to have to switch out if we have any chance of winning this game. We don't want to lose our Scarfer so early. It's very good against a lot of his team. Just this Brosdale is going to be an issue, but we can intimidate it, which is nice. So that Brosdale gets intimidated as he goes for a Rock Tomb. We should be able to take that pretty well as well. So I was like, okay, that was a pretty good switch in. That was Hitmontop. This is what Hitmontop's here for. We do lose our speed. Doesn't matter to us at all. And we're just going to get some of that nice recovery. By the way, guys, you should join my Discord server. I'm just going to throw this out there right now. If you're not already a part of it, I'm starting a new series very soon. I'm just editing it. It's a very edit-intensive series, and it's going to be really exciting if you're into Minecraft. And if you play Minecraft, if you join the Discord server, there's a chat called the Guild Hall, and that's part of the new series. So if you join that as we go for an Ice Beam, and it does not do as much as I thought it was going to do, by the way. But anyways, he was probably Assault Vest, I assumed, after this. But yeah, if you join that group chat on the Discord, you can actually play with me. I'm looking to build a guild in this new game on Minecraft. It's a server. It's actually a really old server on Minecraft. And I'm looking for people to, like, play with me on it so we can do, like, quests and stuff together. It's going to be really fun. I just thought I'd plug that. I don't really plug my Discord too much, so... I think anybody who's on my Discord is also going to get a sneak preview of the first episode of that series who's in the Guild Hall chat. So, hint, hint, if you want like 24-hour early access to the video, that's the place to be. So anyways, gonna come in with him on top because I'm thinking I don't want to switch on an Ice Beam with anything else. That would be bad. My team is very weak to Ice Beam, and I really need to switch around my team, which I actually did make some trades right after this battle. Because I needed another like resistance to Ice Beam, or at least just some more defensive capable Mons. So I ended up trading Keldeo for Rotom Wash, because Rotom Wash resists ice and is also pretty bulky, as well as another electric type. I plan on getting rid of Thundurus, I think, in the soon-to-come days, maybe even Latios instead. I still haven't quite decided who's going to go, but I want to switch out one of them because both being weak to ice is just really not good, and two being weak to rock, being Heatran, and this, it's just my team's too predictable with my heavy hitters, so I need to switch things around a little bit. But anyways, Sinbad does go down in Ice Beam. It's very unfortunate. And this thing is just beasting hits. This is where I think I bring in Cosplay the Mimikyu. I do, and I'm like, okay, so... this is really my only chance to win this game at this point. I need to set up a Swords Dance. I'm really too afraid to do anything else. I wish I'd kept Woodhammer this turn, or this week on our Mimikyu, but I didn't. So he's going to go for Scald and break our Disguise. And this turn, I believe I go for a Play Rough, hoping we get a crit, because a crit would kill. Even at +2, Play Rough does not kill this thing. It does 77%. So it was like really unfortunate, but I was like, okay, if I do a Play Rough follow-up by Shadow Sneak, we should be good. And he just barely lives. We get more damage than I thought, so he wasn't run defensive. He must have been run kind of a mixed defense. So yeah, it was unfortunate that he did live there. But he goes for Rest, and I'm like, okay, if he has Sleep Talk, then... it could be a problem, but there's a chance he'll just rest again. So I'm going to set up a second Swords Dance to confirm our kill on this thing. So I do that, and I'm going to go for another Play Rough now, saying, the last one did so much damage, it wasn't a crit. This one should definitely kill, right? This one should definitely kill. Guess what doesn't happen? We get the lowest roll possible. The absolute lowest roll possible on a +4, and we don't kill this thing. We don't kill it. So I don't know what happened there. Like I said, just the lowest roll possible. We did get really lucky though. His Sleep Talk, he went for 2 rests. It was a sleepy game. My Pokemon were asleep. His Pokemon were asleep. Nobody wanted to wake up. I guess it was just a boring match or something like that. But this turn, I'm gonna go for a Shadow Claw, because if you switched in anything, Shadow Claw did the most damage, and it still took out this Milotic. So that was the play. It was pretty good. We got that thing out of there. Life Orb is doing quite a bit of damage to us at this point. It's kind of upsetting. He brings in Schnaps, his Scizor, and I'm thinking he could be bluffing Bullet Punch. I'm at +4. I'm just going to stay and go for a Shadow Sneak just to get damage, because we're going to outspeed with Shadow Sneak over his Bullet Punch. So it was kind of like, I can't really bring Mimikyu out and bring it back in again because it doesn't have Disguise. It's already really low. Any hit's going to kill it, so I can't set up another Swords Dance. So instead, I go for the Shadow Sneak. It does more than half, which is great. He does go for Bullet Punch, though, which will absolutely take us out 110%. And down goes Mimikyu Cosplay. Sorry, Cosplay. Cosplay has been doing decent for us. Just it's been hard to find situations to set up. That was against the Milotic was perfect, but it just still wasn't enough for us. Molotov. I go for a double switch saying he's got to switch out. He doesn't switch out. Double switch, guys. I was like, who would stay in with a Lava Plume Heatran? I pull a double switch. He just stays in. I was like, oh, that just sealed the game right there. If Heatran had just gone for a Lava Plume, guys, it would have been great. But I was like, God, he is just... Either he's completely reading the double switch or he just made a misplay. But I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just go for Liquidation. It hits a lot of things pretty good, including the Breloom, surprisingly, but it's not quite enough to kill the Breloom, and I'm saying this guy has Rock Tomb. We've already seen it, so let's switch on out of here into Huggin, because I guess Huggin is like, I don't know, he can live one, and he does just go for Spore, and I'm like, oh, freaking Spore, guys, because now Gladio stays asleep for almost max, I think. Max turns asleep again, so we're asleep, and I'm like, oh, here it goes. And he goes for the Rock Tomb. It does a good chunk of damage and lowers our speed, of course. I think that's... Is it 100% chance to lower speed, or is it like a 30? I can't remember. I think it's 100% chance. Yeah. Yeah. So, he lowers our speed, and he kills. Because we couldn't wake up. We could not wake up. And Molotov is going to come in this time. And Bullet Punch shouldn't kill us, as I'm just going to go for a Lava Plume. But now we're going to be super duper weak. Super duper weak. And our odds of winning this game do not look very good at this point. But, you know, it is what it is. It happens. I did make that trade. Hopefully that'll help us out. I need to bring Umbreon to more games. We picked Umbreon up over Toxapex, and it still hasn't come to any games, which is upsetting. But Arcanine comes in, goes for close combat, takes down with a crit, not necessary at all, takes down Molotov. And the world is just kicking us in the butt right now. Kicking us in the butt. So I bring in Phobia. I'm like, okay, maybe he won't have Wild Charge. We should be able to live a Flare Blitz. But he's got his Z move to seal the deal. Araquanid actually could have won this game if he didn't have Wild Charge, I think. Because everything got really badly hurt by Liquidation, and we could have Leech Lifed the Greninja. I mean, it's, again, theory modding, as always, but I think there could have been a chance if he didn't have Wild Charge. But he prepared. He prepared well. He brought the Wild Charge for this thing, and it does take us out. Of course, the Z Crystal, too. Completely, probably not even necessary, but who knows. I don't think we could have lived. But we did lose to Sharp. It was a great game. He's a great dude. Go check out his channel for sure. And that's going to be it for our PGL Week 6. Things are not looking great for the Boston Silk Scarfs, but hey, we're still having fun doing it. That's all that matters. Hope you guys are enjoying watching it. Maybe next week with the trade that we made, maybe I'll just bring Umbreon no matter what. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But hope you guys did all enjoy. See you all in the next one. Till then, stay frosty and peace out.